You're welcome. Hey, how you doing?
Good. Everything in the basket, please. Are you currently filming?
I'm always filming, sir.
All right, you cannot film in the courthouse without prior approval.
I have to, and I will get approval.
You need prior approval.
Well, this is my right, First Amendment right, and I'm representing myself in court. I need to document this.
Okay.
All right. So, is there a law that I'm breaking? Is there a law? And I'm going to go to the clerk and get prior approval and file a motion.
Needs in advance.
Listen, that's inside the courtroom. It's inside the courtroom.
No, it's not. I'm
Yeah.
reading it right now. So,
Let me see it.
take the camera off, you go upstairs.
Not taking the camera off, bro. Listen, it's First Amendment protected right. I have the right to press. I have the right to press. All right, so you're denying me access to the court if you're not letting me
So
in.
am I just backing up so we can get this other gentleman in, please? Come on up.
You can absolutely come in, you just can't record until after you get the approval.
Listen, I'm going to get the approval. You can't deny me. I also need it for
You can get it
ADA.
over the phone.
Listen, so you want me to call? Who do you want me to call?
The 855 number, if you call over to Concord, they can forward you here to the presiding clerk. She can get the approval for you. Then she'll notify us, and then you're more than welcome.
So, my phone's over there. What time is it?
Time right now is about 5.
I don't care about that. That's not a law, and it doesn't trump the Constitution, guy.
You're not
Okay?
breaking any laws.
I know I'm not breaking any laws. That's why I'm here.
Right.
Okay? I'm here for not breaking laws, but I'm getting arrested for it anyways. Because I'm pissed off that I have to be here and do this.
Listen,
All right? And I have a loud voice naturally. I also have, I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm also asking for reasonable accommodation per the ADA.
Okay.
I have post-concussion syndrome, head trauma, and I use this to document all my interactions because people try to act like my loud voice is so out of control and I'm out of control. I have a loud voice. Get over it. Relax.
I'm not.
Don't get aggressive with me. I get hyper aggressive when people get aggressive with me, and I feel like I'm outnumbered and you guys are getting aggressive with me. So I'm asking for reasonable accommodation under the ADA. Okay?
Right.
To continue to film to the clerk until I get permission, which you know I'm going to get because you can't deny it.
You can get it over the phone. We can't let you in. unless-
Whatever, let me get my phone then. Because I got to get up there and do this. You guys want to make me late? You want to let the clerk, you want to let the, you
So
want
you're
to,
going to be recording. You can record outside. It can't be inside here until you get that permission. So if you want to go onto the front
this
step,
is a public building, correct?
you can't record it.
You can film anywhere in public.
This particular.
I can film anywhere in public. What is the law? There's no law.
All right, there is no law.
I know there's no law, so you can't arrest me or stop me. You're hindering my access to the court.
Take your stuff.
You are more than welcome to come in if you follow the procedures to record. You can come in while not recording.
What's the number?
It is 1-855-212-1234. And let them know you're looking for permission to record.
Permission?
Yes.
I'm going to record regardless, guy. So you're either going to deny me access or not.
You have to step outside if you're going to be recording.
All circuits are busy. Come on. You gotta be kidding me right now.
You have reached the New Hampshire Trial Court Information Center. Please be aware that your call will be recorded for quality control purposes. Please listen carefully as some options have recently changed. For electronic filing questions, press 6. Circuit Court District Division, press 1. Family Division, press 2. Probate Division, you are called number 3. You have reached the Circuit Court District Division. If you have not reached the division you wish to return to the menu options, press pound. You may be able to find the information you seek on the court website at www.courts.state.nh.us. If you are returning a call from the court, please press 9. We look forward to speaking with you. Thank you for waiting. In order to help us help you, please have your case number available. Again, you may be able to find information you seek on
Need
the
my
court
case
website
number.
at www.courts.state.
Need my pad with the case number. Yeah, I had a clipboard.
Did you put it on the machine?
Blue clipboard. No, I put it up there. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good morning.
Good.
afternoon, Marie. That happened to you. Call now.
Hi, Marie. How you doing? Yeah, give me 1 second while I find that. It is 21-1115.
Not for her case number. What's the last name?
Staples, Frank Staples. So I'm just calling for to let you guys know that I'm going to be recording. I have a body cam on. I'm representing myself at trial, and they're not allowing me in there right now because I have my body cam on. So I need your permission, but I'm not gonna stop recording because I have to document all these interactions per my own for my own records, and so that people can't say that I said or did things that I didn't say or do. So I also am asking under ADA. I have memory problems and hyperaggression, and that's why I need to document these things so that I can't be blamed for inciting things when other people are getting aggressive with me.
Okay, hold on. Let me get somebody in the floor.
Yeah. I got 3 minutes. Done with this. And of course, there are no signs anywhere out here, right? No signs. This ain't a mask thing. Nothing here either. Not up until you get up to there is there anything, so you might need to move your signs back out that way if you want people to stop recording from all the way in here in the public lobby. Where we can film anywhere in public, you know that, right? Hello?
Excuse me?
I was talking to the guard. I was waiting on hold for you to come back on.
Well, what can I do for you?
So I need to get authorization to film in court. I'm representing myself today at trial.
Security guys downstairs.
No, it's not up to the security guys. They told me to call you. They told me to call you. They said I had to get prior approval through you.
No.
No, I don't, so I'm good to go?
That's going to let you in or not.
So I'm recording and I'm asking for, so you're not going to accommodate my ADA and you guys are making me late to court and you're not going to give me access to court? They deferred to you. They told me I had to call you for permission. So what's really going on here? I'm recording right now, just so you know.
Do you know who you're talking to?
No. They hung up now. So I need to go up there and represent myself. So if you want to call the judge now.
I can't let you in while you're recording.
Well,
It's
then
like, this is the order that we're following right now.
I don't, you talk to the judge then.
I can't do that. It's up to
You can do that.
What's your name?
Frank Staples. Please contact the judge and let them know that I'm trying to record while I'm in court.
It's up to you to get the permission from the judge.
Listen, I'm here now. I am here now to represent myself.
Mr. Staples,
Can you please bring the volume down just a little bit?
keep the volume down or you won't be here now. all right?
I have a loud voice, I told you that. I just have a naturally loud voice.
I told you it's a public building and it's a.
No, you didn't say anything about it's a public building. You just said to keep my volume down, so it's all recorded, dude. This is why I record, to get you guys lying and making things up, okay? That's why I record. Exactly why I record, and that's why you don't want me to record.
I don't care if you're recording me, and I'll talk to you all you want.
So that lady said it's up to you guys to let me up there or not, or to hinder my access to the court.
That's why I'm asking who you talk to, because that's not.
I don't know who I talk to, but I'm not going to go through this rigmarole over and over again. I'm here to represent myself at trial, and you guys are either going to be the ones who stop me from getting in or not.
If you stop recording, I can let you in. I can't let you in while you're recording, per our directives from the Supreme Court of the state of New York.
You just said to call them for permission, and they said it's up to you. So there's no way to get permission?
That's why I wanted the name of who you talk to.
Well, I don't know. You can call up there yourself and ask.
I can't.
They hung up on me.
I'm not allowed to do that. If the only other thing I could say, and I know it's a pain, is you'd have to call back and ask for someone else. The directive that we have received is that we need a specific permission from the.
Can you let the prosecutor know that I'm down here, please?
I mean, I can.
Can you let the prosecutor know that I'm down here, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
7-2, courtroom 301, I believe. I have Mr. Staples in the lobby. He does want to enter recording, so we have him at the desk. We're dealing with it, just to keep you informed. There you go. So they know you're here.
Thank you.
We still can't let you in while you're recording.
You can. That lady just said you could.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Is that you got to figure it out, bro. This is your job. I'm not the one with the control problems.
He's trying to communicate with the other party.
Okay, good. Thank you, sir. See, he's a nice. This guy is trying to calm things down, and he hasn't given me any problems.
So this is the written order that I have from the Supreme Court. What this informs us.
And is this a law?
This is.
So do you know that the United States Supreme Court says we can film anywhere in public, and this is public?
That's what I'm saying.
So that's what I'm saying is you don't understand the law, okay?
I'm not saying you're breaking the law.
Well, so you can't abrogate my rights.
The reason that we ask that you get permission.
So what gives you the power to abrogate my rights? This court order? Is that what you're saying?
You can't.
This court order? Is that what you're saying? Yes or no?
May I speak, sir?
Yeah.
The reason that we ask that you get permission beforehand is because other people also have rights, such as not to be recorded, embarrassed, and
Actually, anyone who's in public has no expectation of privacy. You need to create privacy if you want it.
Per our orders from the Supreme Court.
Per the Constitution and the United States Supreme Court. So that trumps that.
You're not violating any law.
I know I'm not violating any law. You don't have to keep telling me that. But you're still hindering my access to the courts, guy.
Bring the volume down just a little.
Well, no, when I get excited, I told you, I have head trauma. I get loud. I can't control the volume of my voice when I get excited.
So there's nothing I can do.
There is something you can do. You're just saying that. You're just saying that. What's up, buddy?
1 second.
Yes, sir.
I cannot let you in recording. Per my orders from the Supreme Court of the state.
What
Who are my
we're going to
employees?
do is we're going to bring a form down for you to fill out. Remember how you said?
A motion or something?
They're bringing the form down. You'll be able to fill it out and give it to them, and that'll.
And then that'll do it. See what I mean? This is like so asinine. What did this solve? What problem did this solve? Is what I'm trying to get at.
These are the directives we have.
I don't care about directives. I care about the Constitution, guy.
Okay. And
The law, the actual law.
Sir, I can't have you yelling.
Dangerous.
Under the ADA, I'm asking you guys for reasonable accommodation to relax on my voice. It's just like someone who has Tourette's. You can't expect them to not do their tics, okay? I can't control myself when I get excited. And this is exciting me, because you guys don't make any sense.
You can't stand in the lobby of a courthouse and shout. It's disruptive to the entire.
I'm not shouting. This is my normal
You
voice.
were speaking to me normally just a few
Dude,
minutes ago.
oh my God, what don't you understand about I have head trauma and I can't control the fluctuation of the volume of my voice? What don't you get about that? I'm really trying. I'm really trying. If you listen, just chill out and stop trying to persecute me for having a disability. I already put you on notice, and if you keep trying to tell me I'm going to get arrested or something again for having a loud voice, that's what you're doing. So stop. Stop. You're just making it worse. I'm trying to help you guys out. You're just making it worse. Just let me fill out the goddamn form.
All right, we can do that.
Unbelievable.
You got it?
I got a pen and a clipboard, yep. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Freaking unreal. Here you go. Excuse me, sorry. Case number 211115, I think it was, right? Unbelievable. Court name. Manchester District. Case name. State versus Sticker Pimp. Boom. 1 day only. See, this is it. This is it. There's a form, a simple form you fill out for a 1 day thing. That's all they had to do is give me this. But they want to hide that from you, right? They want to make it as difficult as possible and throw their weight around. Unbelievable. So, yeah, I'm filling this thing out. I don't know what happened. I don't know where it cut off. But what's today? The 3rd. February 3rd. So, yeah, they, what happened here? So, they tried to withhold this form. They tried to withhold this form from me so that I couldn't record in the court. And they tried to make this big deal and said I wasn't breaking any law, but they're not going to let me do it anyways. And we're not having that. We don't play that, do we? Here you go, sir. You're welcome. All set.
Perfect. I'll get that
Thank you.
in.
No problem.
Sir, you gotta wait down here while it's being processed. You're all
Sorry. They're afraid about First Amendment rights. They're afraid of a camera. This is just a body camera, people.
Okay. If you wait down here, I'll get this in.
Go right ahead. Get it in. Don't waste my time any more than you have, bro. Shit. Come on. Power hungry, power tripping. Don't know what the hell's going on. Jeez. Figure it out, bro. You know? Unbelievable.
Well, they know you're here, so you checked in.
Good. Thank you. They're not going to put a warrant out for my arrest for stickers again?
They know you're here.
Yeah, they better know I'm here.
You saw me do the radio.
Yeah.
That's Tom. Did you answer him? You gotta put which type of name.
What is it?
Pick one of those.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize that.
Set?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. See how I fluctuate?
Well, you're speaking normally now.
I know I'm speaking normally now because everything seems pretty cool. You know, you guys could have gave me that form to begin with, but did you know about that form to begin with?
I got nothing to do with that.
Right, so that's what I mean. You guys hide that form when you should have just been like, oh, hey, yeah, there's a form before you can go through. We got this form here ready for you so you can exercise your First Amendment rights without us trampling on them. You know what I mean? That would be kind of cool. It says America, right? Not China?
Well, we're gonna find out who you talked to.
Almost. We're almost China.
Oh.
Come on, man. Look at how you're acting, guy.
You are more than welcome to come in if the camera's off, or when you get the permission.
Or when I get the permission. So I need permission to exercise my First Amendment rights?
To record, you do. You can
No, I don't. No, the Supreme Court of the United States already said
Okay.
not true. Okay? So you need to start looking to actual case law and more higher level case law, supreme case law, than looking at this little bitty order from the court that violates and abrogates our rights. And you still don't even know what gives you the power besides this order to abrogate my rights.
The New Hampshire Supreme Court.
The New Hampshire Supreme Court allows you to abrogate my constitutional rights.
No, it sets the policy for how
Oh.
the court is operated.
Oh. Same thing. The policy abrogates my rights. The operation is abrogating my rights. You get it?
Once you have
Do you see that now? So you're telling me I need permission to exercise my First Amendment right?
Why don't we wait and see if the permission comes down?
We'll see.
Standing here and arguing is not going anywhere.
Well, no, I'm asking you. You're telling me I need permission, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. We're good?
It just got into the office.
Unreal.
Was the party that just exited.
I like that t-shirt.
Thanks.
It's a very well printed logo on that.
Oh, thanks. That's the original state seal of New Hampshire, bud.
Pretty cool. I like that.
I don't know if you can read that.
I can read most of it through the suspender. I did.
Yeah. And this is exactly what we're talking about here. You don't know your rights. You don't have any. I know my rights, but you don't know my rights. You don't even know your rights because you don't know my rights. Because if you knew your rights, you would know my rights. Does that make sense? Did you follow? Did you follow?
Try not to be
I tried to.
Combative? Combative?
It's all right.
verbal.
Verbally combative? Oh, come on.
We'll just wait for that.
I'm a wordsmith. You guys just don't like getting put. Yeah, I know, because I can articulate myself and I do know my rights. Okay? I have eyes to see and ears to hear, and I do my own research.
Sit tight for a few minutes, she's taking it up to the judge.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You want a chair?
What is it?
Would you like a chair?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Just want to get this over with and get on with my day.
I can appreciate that.
You know? Do you know why I'm here?
Not particularly, no.
Do you?
No, sir.
Stickers. I was arrested for stickers.
I don't know anything
The
about
only, yeah, have you ever heard of anyone being arrested for stickers? Well, the Manchester PD had never heard of it either. So, and twice. This is the second time. The first one was dropped because it's protected speech. First Amendment protected speech. They're removable stickers, and they charged me with criminal mischief when there is no damage caused. And there is a graffiti statute that covers any gum label, even though they've never arrested anyone for a sticker ever here in Manchester until we put up political stickers. Anti-tyranny stickers. These masks. Do you guys have a choice to wear those masks?
Yeah.
You do?
I just recovered from COVID about 2 weeks ago.
So why do you need it then? You got the immunity. They just admitted the natural immunity is better than the vaccine immunity.
I hope so, but I like
Oh,
the vaccine.
I know so. Don't get that. You know, make your own choices, but I would highly recommend not taking some artificial vaccine that's going to make you immunodependent.
And everybody absolutely has the choice on that.
Well, I mean, I'm just concerned for the overall well-being of our country and the people's health. All right, mine included, and not being forced and locked out of society because I won't wear a mask or because I won't get a vax, or being isolated and quarantined on the orders of the federal government because New Hampshire just accepted $27 million to do just that. From the feds. And any other orders they tell us in the future we have to obey. But that's just boilerplate language according to Governor Sununu. Concentration camps. boilerplate language, you know. And why do we need any of these measures when we already have a health code for isolation and quarantine of people?
You dropped the scarf set.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. When we already have a public health code, why do we need to do all this crazy lockdown stuff and suspending? Why? So that Sununu could do millions of PPE deals for those masks with Dean Kamen. Oh yeah, look into that a little bit. Grazingthesurface.com. This girl, she's a good patriot here in New Hampshire, put this whole website together. It connects all the dots politically with all kinds of proof. Grazingthesurface.com if you really want to know what's going on in New Hampshire.
What kind of camera do you use, if you don't mind me asking?
It's a DJI Mimo.
I like the size of it.
It's like the
GoPros
same.
are a little bit big, I find sometimes.
Yeah, and it's got the built-in gimbal. So the GoPro, I don't know what the GoPro has for like stabilization, but this has a full gimbal. It's those drone companies, the DJI Mavic and
Oh yeah, the quad rotor ones?
yeah, the nice ones. This is the same company.
That's really cool. I didn't know they made standalone cameras. I'm
Yeah.
just looking because I was looking at getting a GoPro, but they seem big.
Yeah, I mean it's not like waterproof and weatherproof or anything like that, but it's 4K. And I got the creator package so you can like zoom in and out and
Oh, that's pretty good.
do all that stuff. You can actually connect it to your phone and then use the big screen to see what's going on, put like grids, you can make it follow. So there's a little kickstand that'll go underneath, so you can put it there and it'll walk all around the room like I'm doing, you know, and it would follow me and track me.
It's amazing what they can do with
Yeah,
these cameras.
very nice. Great quality.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the drone cameras. They used to sell them a long time ago, but I'm sure they've come miles by now.
Yeah. Not bad. $500 for the creator
Yeah, that's
package. It's got like
much
a
more than a GoPro.
yeah, it's got a microphone with like a little fuzzy thing on it.
Oh, the pop filter.
Yeah.
So is that like a battery it's on, or is that part of the camera?
So that handle is an extra battery, and then I got the extra battery in my
you got
back
power
pocket.
in the back.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got this little.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
That's pretty high quality microphone.
Yeah, and for the you know what you get, the bang for your buck,
Yeah, you can't beat it.
you can't really beat it.
Especially 4K. I mean, how much storage do you have on there? Just an SD card?
SD card, I got a 512 HD thing in there. Yeah,
You're running
so
4K, so it makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. They have these. I think they're Samsung 512, and they're like HD, super duper fast, like next gen, whatever. And those are cheaper than, if you get like 2 of those, it's cheaper than buying a terabyte. You know what I mean? And it's cheaper than buying like a bunch of 3 whatevers. They
Yeah,
are
or plug right into the camera, so you don't have to worry about
256, right? Yeah.
It's pretty slick. I like that.
Yeah. There is a way to live stream directly to YouTube too, but I haven't. I think I don't have a laptop,
Oh, I see.
so got to do something and hook it up. And
I'd imagine you can use your phone for that, couldn't you?
yeah, I do sometimes. I did a little live stream on the way here to let people know what I was doing. You know. Otherwise, they'd probably be calling the courthouse, blowing the phone up. Sure. He might be one of the sticker guys.
We get so many officers.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I used to work with Manchester PD.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Mobile crisis response team
Oh, nice.
with Manchester Mental Health. Hey, what's going on?
Those guys do good work.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. Great job. I like the cops better than the Manchester Mental Health people that I worked with. And yeah, but. I mean, don't you guys think it's a little odd that we're dealing with this situation?
I'm not entirely going to disagree with you there, but it is what it is.
How many times have you ever dealt with somebody trying to use a camera?
Most of the time, people get the written authorization beforehand, so it's rare that we would have something like this happen.
Was it usually what, news agencies or something that do that, or how's?
I mean, most of the time, but individuals, usually it's like a family court case, but they'll file usually a couple days in advance, let us know they're coming, and then we'll make sure that there's nothing confidential.
At least none of you guys tried to grab me.
They know you're there, we're still waiting.
Good to go? That was the cue. All right.
Empty your pockets, you're gonna have to take that off to get through the machine.
We'll give it right back to you. Door again? Hey, Kenny in 301, Mr. Staples is on his way, he's just going through security. I can't hear you. You're not coming through.
Got it.
You know,
I get it. Go ahead. Okay.
I know, right?
All right, here's the deal.
What's the deal, bro?
It's gonna be in the courtroom only,
In the courtroom
Okay.
only?
and only while your case is on.
I don't want to get anybody else's case anyways, honestly.
That's the whole
But-
thing.
that's the
It's for
reason
your.
for the-
Well, what do you mean it's public? It's all public.
No. It's everybody's rights, yours and someone else.
Right, and they don't have a right to privacy in public. No one has the right to privacy in public. Yeah. Thanks.
It is what it is, it's sorted out now.
Not really, but
Like, can I just see if you're on it, please?
Right here.
All right, just like your iPad. That was the one that,
all right. Gimbal protected, tap to bang. All right.
Is that off?
Huh?
Is that off?
Yes, it is off, sir.
And it has to remain off till your.
Until I get in there, correct? Yes.
Till it's your case.
Yes, sir.
You can't sit in there with it on.
Where am I going? Courtroom 3? Oh,
Come on.
hold on. I need the. I need to give you guys the basket. Took the basket. Sorry about that.
You're probably in the group
Bunch of people.
of people that want rights protected as much as you.
Okay, good.
You really are.
What, you guys?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure. I know you guys are just following orders, but you know what they were.
It's just to control it. That's all it is.
Right, and that's the problem.
Well,
My opinion.
okay, and that's great.
You guys are trying to control our First Amendment rights. You know what I mean? And this is the most place where we need the most transparency is in the court.
I know.
You know what I mean? So
I don't disagree, but it's like it's not an unfettered. It's like you can't drink unless you're 21.
yeah. So I mean,
I mean, I
it
just
was 18 and it was 21 and cigarettes. It was like
right here on the left.
awesome. Thank you, sir.
And Kenny's going to show you where to sit. I think your case is going to be all.
How you doing, sir?
Fine, thank you. Do you have a seat right here, please?
Sure.
Okay.
Might stand.
See it?
So is there people before me, or are you guys just waiting for me?
We'll wait for you.
Okay, can I go here, or?
Stay there until I say it. We wait for the judge.
Okay. Is there a water fountain
Out in the lobby.
out in the lobby? Thank you. Staples is in the courtroom.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, was this a no-show?
Yeah, she's in Arkansas right now on a film.
Last chance to drop the charges, like you did with the other case. Why didn't you drop these ones or let me know while that other case was going on that that I had this case active, this warrant? Was that intentional, sir?
I think we covered that in our email, didn't we?
No, because I didn't know that I had the warrant until I went to file a complaint about the first arrest when the charges were dropped. I was arrested for putting stickers on the police station. And that was right after I was arrested for the City Hall thing. So you were obviously aware. You told some of the other guys when they had warrants, active warrants, and you knew this was going on. So you chose to continue this thing in a malicious fashion. Instead of charging me with graffiti, correct? Why wouldn't a graffiti charge be appropriate, sir?
I think your actions violated the graffiti ordinance as well.
So both of them? So you're gonna hit me with both?
No, sir.
Because you
That's what you're
can't.
here for today.
You can't charge somebody, if somebody murders somebody, you can't charge them with simple assault and everything under the sun all the way up to murder, bro. That don't make no sense. That's just ridiculous. So you're gonna charge me with other things underneath that as well? What else can you charge me with on top of that?
Okay.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, we are.
The judge is on his way. We have 2 seconds.
Please rise.
Afternoon, everybody. Please go ahead and take your seats. I'll get on the record and I'm happy to see what you need help everybody today.
State versus Frank Staples. Will the parties identify themselves beginning with the state?
Good afternoon, John Blanchard for the state.
Attorney Blanchard,
Good afternoon.
do we have
Frank Staples here.
you wanna come forward?
If I can, yes, that would be nice.
Sure, go ahead.
Jump
Take
into
your seat,
the
sir.
waters. Ooh.
Let me just take a look at what we have. I'll touch base with the parties about what we're doing. Going for trial today, is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that your understanding, Mr. Staples?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. Why doesn't the state go ahead and call its first witness?
The state calls Officer Rachel Yetzi.
Yes, that's okay.
Hey man, just go ahead and remain standing, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you're about to give to the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All right, please go ahead and have a seat. Keep your voice up, especially for those of us that are wearing masks. Just make sure to listen to the question and answer as best you can. All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Could you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Absolutely, it's Officer Rachel Yetzi, last name is spelled E-U-T-Z-I.
ZY.
Could you tell us how you are currently employed?
I'm currently a police officer with the City of Manchester.
Approximately how long have you been serving in a law enforcement capacity with the City of Manchester?
Approximately a year and 3 months.
Do you happen to have any prior law enforcement experience prior to joining the Manchester Police Department?
Yes, sir, I do.
And could you just briefly give us an overview of where that was and approximately how long?
I was a police officer with the City of Millington, Tennessee for approximately 3 years.
Were you working a shift and on duty with Manchester Police? I'm going to take you back a little ways into last year, specifically on March 9 of 2021.
Yes, sir, I was.
Do you happen to recall that day what shift you may have been working?
The midnight shift.
Okay. And sometime in the early morning hours of March 9, 2021, did you have occasion to, at some point during your shift, return back to headquarters, the Manchester Police Department?
Yes, sir.
Do you happen to know the address or what street that is on right now?
Yes, it's 405 Valley Street in the city.
How is it that you entered the building when you returned to the station?
This occasion I went through the front lobby of the police department.
Okay. As you approached the station and with the intent to enter the lobby, what, if anything, caught your attention?
I noticed there were 2 stickers affixed to the front doors of the police department.
What, if anything, why is it that this was noteworthy to you, or why did it catch your attention?
The front doors of the police department are usually free and clear of anything except for the decals on the windows themselves stating Manchester Police Department, and the decals themselves were white, so they stood out, especially in the nighttime hours.
Subsequent to your observation of the front door of the police department, did you take any photographs to document what it was that you were viewing?
Yes, sir, I did.
You personally took photographs of the front door and the stickers that you've mentioned so far?
Correct.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Please.
If the record could reflect that I'm about to show the officer 3 photographs, and I've provided copies to Mr. Staples for his file.
Okay, you may approach the witness.
Thanks.
Difficult to remove.
So, officer, I provided you with 3 photographs. Can you take a moment and review those for a second? And let me know if those look familiar at all to you.
Yes, sir, they do.
All right, and I've marked those at this point for identification only as state exhibits 1A, 1B, and 1C. Do you see that mark down in the bottom right-hand corner?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who took these photographs?
I did.
All right, let's look first at what's been marked as state exhibit 1A. Talk to us about what you took the photograph. What does that show in the photograph? What are we looking at there?
Yeah, the photograph displays the initial door into the police department, marked Manchester Police Department, with the 2 stickers that I observed in the bottom left-hand corner.
And if we look at 1B and 1C, could you describe those in turn? We'll start with 1B. What is that focused on? What's that showing us?
Yeah, that was focused on one of the specific decals, one of the 2 that were affixed to the door.
And looking at photograph 1C, what does that show us?
And that is zoomed in on the 2nd decal affixed to the door.
All right, and these, on this, when you're approaching the door, these seemed out of place or noteworthy to you again. Tell us why.
Because the front windows of the Manchester Police Department are always free and clear of any other markings besides Manchester Police Department.
All right. Could you put those in order and just set them aside on the, right to your left, up on the railing there? If you don't mind, thank you. So what did you do? You saw it, you entered the building, and what do you do at that point?
Yeah, at that point I went to the front counter where we had a police officer stationed there, and I spoke with him.
And you spoke to him, your general concern or your general intent was to do what at that time?
My intent was to identify what time approximately, if he noticed anything in the area of who placed the stickers on the door.
All right, the stickers themselves, let's go back to 1B and 1C. Could you just quickly give us an overview of what they state, what they are?
Absolutely. On 1B, the decal says, "You do not require anybody's permission to breathe freely, take off the muzzle," and then there's also a QR code on the left-hand side.
All right, right, and 1C, you said that was the closer image of what we'll call photograph sticker number 2.
Yes, sir.
And what does that sticker tell us? What's it say?
Sure, it says, a message to the police, your children and grandchildren are going to have to live in the world that you are policing into existence. Is this really the kind of world you want them to grow up in? And it as well has a QR code at the bottom.
You can set those aside to your left again, if you don't mind. Did you yourself have an opportunity to determine whether or not there was any video surveillance of the area, specifically the main entrance exterior of the police department?
I did not personally view any video surveillance at that time.
Okay. Did you yourself take any steps whatsoever to address the stickers themselves on the door?
I did, yes, sir.
How would you describe what it is that you did?
After speaking with the officer at the front counter, I had then gone and spoken with the officer in charge that was assigned to the desk that day, and we determined to attempt to clean the stickers off of the window.
Were you yourself,
I think I already gave you one, Martin's 2A on the bottom.
were you yourself involved in the process of attempting to remove those stickers?
Yes, sir, I was the one who removed them.
And did you take a photograph of the removal of the status of the stickers during the removal process?
Yes, sir.
May I approach again, Your Honor? And if the record could reflect, I'm showing the officer 2 photographs, 2 copies of which I previously this afternoon provided to Mr. Staples. If you could take a moment, officer, and please just take a look at those 2 photographs, see if they're familiar to you and if you can identify them.
Yes, sir, I took both of these photographs.
Do they accurately reflect the condition on the date in question?
Yes, sir.
Of the stickers on the door. Now, what are we looking at there as compared to exhibits 1? They seem to be changed or altered in some way.
Yes, sir, on exhibit 2A, it shows both of the decals. Initially, I tried to remove them with my fingernail, trying to kind of peel away the decals. It was very difficult because of the adhesive on the back of the stickers. It wouldn't come off easily from the door.
And does the 2B, is that fair to say that that's sort of a zoomed in version of what we're of the sticker that we're looking at in 2A?
Yes, sir, it is.
You could put those together in sequential order, 2A and 2B, and set those in a separate pile to your left, if you don't mind. Ultimately, were you successful in your attempts to remove the stickers from the door?
Yes, sir.
And it ultimately, to be fair, totally, when you completed it, totally returned back to its appropriate and normal condition.
Yes, sir.
Did you have any further, you said at no point did you view the surveillance video, is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
And does that essentially end, your observation of it in the removal and the photograph taking, does that end your involvement in this particular issue?
Yes, sir, it does.
Thank you, officer. I have no further questions for this officer, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, you have the opportunity to ask this officer questions if you wish. Do you wish to do so?
Please.
Okay, just make sure to keep your voice up again so we get everything audio recorded, so.
Sure.
Go ahead, sir.
So you said that the stickers were removed and there was nothing left over. There's no damage to the window?
Correct.
Okay. And did you file the report on this and the charges on this, or was that someone else?
It was someone else, sir.
Okay. Have you ever arrested anyone for stickers before? Are you aware of people getting arrested for stickers?
I have not personally arrested someone for stickers, not to my knowledge, sir.
Are you familiar with the graffiti ordinance of Manchester?
Not by memory, no, sir.
Okay. Are you aware there's a policy to handle things like gum labels and stickers and graffiti?
Not by memory, no, sir.
Okay. And you did that on your own volition? You weren't called in for overtime to remove those stickers or anything?
That's correct.
So it's just in your normal course of your duties, you decided to remove the stickers?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. And that's all I have for this witness.
Okay. Any brief redirect?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Miss, appreciate it. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State can call its next witness if you
Thank you. State Police Sergeant Michael Karen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sir, you go ahead and remain standing, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you're about to give the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat. Make sure to keep your voice up, listen to the question, and answer it as best you can, especially since we're recording.
Thank you. Could you please, sir, state your name and spell your last for the record?
It's Michael Karen, C-A-R-O-N.
How are you currently employed?
I'm employed as a full-time police officer with the City of Manchester, New Hampshire.
What's your current rank?
My current rank is Sergeant.
How long have you been with Manchester Police in a law enforcement capacity?
I've been with the Manchester Police Department almost approximately 15 years. Prior to that, I had 5.5 years with the Bedford, New Hampshire Police Department.
Were you working with Manchester Police on March 9, 2021?
I was.
In the early morning hours, could you tell us what was your job function at the time? Where were you located? What were you doing, if you recall?
I'm assigned to the midnight shift of the patrol sergeant. I was working on the street, in a street capacity as a supervisor in a fully marked police vehicle.
At any point in the early morning hours, did you come to learn, or was it brought to your attention that there may be some issue with respect to unauthorized stickers on the police department door?
I was.
Okay. So how did you react, or what was the first steps you took?
The first steps I had was to try to review some video footage of the actual doorway area of the police department.
And to be clear, your intent or your thought in reviewing video photo was to potentially accomplish what?
To figure out who to put the stickers on the door.
In your capacity, your 15 years or plus experience as a shift sergeant, you think that's how you describe yourself, correct?
Yeah, I've been a shift sergeant for like the last year.
Do you have the opportunity and access to dispatch and the authority to review surveillance video that exists at the Manchester Police Department?
I do.
Did you have an opportunity to personally review any video surveillance from the early morning hours of March 9, 2021?
I did.
All right. In reviewing that video, could you tell us what, if anything, first of all, are you familiar with the fact that there are exterior video surveillance equipment at the station?
I am.
And how would you describe its location and the area that it views as it relates to the main public front entrance?
So as you're walking into the main front entrance, there's a camera that faces, if you're walking into the main front entrance to the north side of the building, it faces down towards the front entrance doorway of the entranceway to get into the PD.
All right. And you personally reviewed some of the video from earlier that morning.
I did.
What, if anything, did you see that was noteworthy or that caught your attention?
I observed a male placing what appeared to be some type of stickers on the glass window itself.
Would it be accurate to say that the application of these stickers to the, as you say, the glass window took place approximately 1:30 in the morning, according to the video?
That's correct.
In preparation for today, have you had an opportunity to review that exterior video surveillance?
I have.
All right, if I may approach, Your Honor?
Sure, what are you going to do? Just let me.
Sure, I'm going to show the officer a copy of the, unless of course the defendant stipulates to its full admission, show the officer a copy of its, in total duration, 1 minute and 15 seconds of that exterior video that he personally observed.
I'll stipulate to that it's me putting the stickers on. I mean, we don't have to go through all that. I'll admit to it right here, right now. I mean,
Appreciate
I
that.
put the stickers up. Yes, I put the 2 stickers up.
Okay, the record will reflect that. What next?
Okay. The At this point, I would move then, Your Honor, to admit as full exhibits, what's been marked for identification as State Exhibit 1A, 1B, 1C, as well as a packet of 2 photographs labeled as 2A and 2B. I'd move that they be admitted as exhibits.
Is there any objection to these photographs coming in, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to ask you just a couple questions to see if perhaps Mr. Staples agrees to stipulate to this video as well. He's identified himself as being the person already agrees he's the person that placed the stickers on the door. But prior to his application of the stickers to the Manchester Police door, did you have any prior contacts with him in the preceding handful of hours?
I did.
Where did that interaction take place?
At the intersection of Central Street and Elm Street in front of the DoubleTree Hotel.
And do you have knowledge as to whether or not that interaction may have been recorded in any way?
It was.
And as you sit here today, have you had an opportunity to review any video that may have been publicly posted via the app or the website YouTube?
Yes.
Does that accurately reflect the interaction that you had with Mr. Staples a few hours prior to him placing the stickers on the front door?
It does.
Sorry, I have a question if I may. So,
What does this have to do with anything?
well, hold on, before we even get there, I wanna make sure I understand what's being testified to. So Sergeant Karen is saying that he found a random video on YouTube that supposedly shows the defendant in front of the DoubleTree Hotel on Elm Street, is that right?
Previously, and I'm gonna object.
Hold on. Before I comment on it, I just wanna
Sure.
be able to frame the question and any, evidentiary issues that we have. So that's the question that you're asking, and you said, yes, he found this random YouTube video. So, officer, is that a correct characterization of your answer?
The video was provided. I was observed the video of Mr. Staples and myself having interaction at Central and Elm Street. As I reviewed that prior to.
But I guess, where did it come from? Who gave it to you, or who caused you to take a look at it?
I provided that.
Okay, all right.
To the officer, I'm asking if it accurately reflected the interaction.
And I'm gonna object on what relevance this has to what the stickers on the police station, because this took place allegedly prior in the evening. At about what time are you alleging this took place?
That's a good objection. I'll withdraw the line of questioning.
Okay,
All right, so then I'd be left with what I did here, because I wanted the court, of course, to have that 1 minute and 15-second video clip of the exterior of the police department.
okay,
All right, so what I did, I made a disc of that video so that it could be a full exhibit for Your Honor, to the extent you're not in a position to make a decision on the spot here this afternoon, and perhaps you were going to take it under advisement. I wanted you to be in possession of the full video. What exists on this disc, what I've marked as State Exhibit 4 for identification, is that 1 minute and 15-second video clip at the station that we're all talking about, the video in question. Also, I put on there that earlier clip, not knowing that Mr. Staples was going to stipulate to the fact that he's the one that put the stickers on there. So, with that stipulation in place, and his objection to talking about the earlier interaction, I'd like to admit it as a full exhibit, clearly on the record, only for the purpose of the court reviewing the 1 minute and 15-second video clip of the surveillance at the police department, and that the court should disregard and not look or open the second video clip that's attached.
okay, so just for the video from out in front of the Manchester Police Department.
Yes, and it's plainly labeled as video, and it shows 1M15S, representing 1 minute and 15 seconds.
I mean, I don't even care if the court sees it for full transparency, and just because it's public information, it's publicly out there, but the relevance, I don't care. You can go watch it later or whatever. It's not a big deal, but I'm just curious as how he's trying to gather evidence of something else or something. I don't know what he's trying to do
And
here.
he's not asking me to look at that. I will take it in. I will look at the first video, the one that occurred in front of the Manchester Police Department. I will gladly disregard the second one.
All right, thank you, sir.
And may the court grab the photographs over
Yes,
there?
thank you.
So admitted. Go ahead, continue.
All right, and finally, Officer Karen, as the shift supervisor at that time, are you aware of any authority that Mr. Staples may have had previously granted from your department to place those particular stickers on the door at that time?
I do not.
Thank you, Sergeant. No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, any questions you wish to ask this witness, sir?
Sure. Would you characterize the stickers as political speech or political in nature, the words on them and the messages?
I'd have to review it, what it actually says again, if you want me to.
So were you aware before you filed the charges for this that I was already arrested for stickers once previously?
I'm aware that you were, yes.
Okay, and was this retaliatory in nature?
No.
So are you aware of the graffiti statute in the city?
Again, if you'd like me to review
Ordinance.
it, I can review it for you.
No, not really. But are you aware that there's a gum label provision in there?
I'd have to review it again. It's like I said.
Right. Have you ever
Sorry, I guess I don't quite understand. Did you say
gum? Sorry, gum with an M.
Gum?
Yes, gum label. So like bumper sticker or like tattoo of New Hampshire or all these stickers you see all up and down Elm Street.
So like the gum, like the adhesive on the back.
Adhesive.
sticker.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry. Thank you.
That's okay. So are you aware that a gum label is considered a graffiti implement?
Again, if you'd like me to review it, I can.
No, I'm asking off of your current knowledge as a sergeant, shift sergeant. I'm wondering if you know this off the top of your head.
Again, if you'd like me to review it, I can. I mean, that's what I'm saying to you. If you'd like me to review it, then I can give you a full interpretation of that, if you like.
No, I'm asking if you are aware of this from memory and aware of the graffiti statute.
I'm going to object on that, Your Honor. We agree, of course, this graffiti ordinance says what it says, and any discussion about what that means, dissecting the meaning of the ordinance.
I will. We'll read through. Can we read through the whole thing, sir?
Hold on. There's an objection and an explanation before the court. I mean, the objection's overruled. He's asking if he knows off the top of his head. He's saying he doesn't. So the question is asked and answered.
Okay.
You know, whether it's of any substantial evidentiary weight remains to be seen. But go ahead, sir.
Okay. So you admit that you are fully aware that I was arrested with Skylar Bennett and Jason Gerhard for putting stickers on City Hall previously.
I know one of the individuals, I'm not sure about the other.
Which one of the individuals do you know?
Skylar Bennett.
Is that because you tased him?
So I'm going to object, one, on the grounds of relevance, and two, same grounds that the defendant himself raised, is that he's now talking about
Retaliation.
Hold on, sir. Wait. I want to hear the objection. I want to hear the response, and then we'll talk about whether or not it's going to be upheld or overruled. Go ahead, sir.
He's talking about an unrelated issue that predates the issue in question, and under the relevant statute, he needs to demonstrate how the answer to that question makes his application of the stickers to the door more or less likely. And he's asking about an unrelated third party to this particular case.
I understand the nature of your objection. And Mr. Staples, how is this relevant? How does this make any of the facts more or less likely in this case?
This is relevant to the fact that this is 100% malicious prosecution and retaliatory arrest. I was already previously arrested for putting stickers on City Hall with two other gentlemen, and those charges were dropped by this same prosecutor here. Meanwhile, I have a warrant put out for this, putting two stickers on the police station, which I did because it's protected speech. My authority is the First Amendment right to express myself. So,
and I understand ultimately that's what you're pleading.
And
I totally, hold on, wait.
Yes.
I totally get that. I'm holding that in the back of my mind. But as far as the questions that you're asking this officer, asking whether or not you were previously arrested, I can see how that's sort of relevant. Hold on. Asking whether or not he tased another person who is not a party to this case and who is not a witness, I don't deem that relevant. So your objection
That's fine.
is sustained in a partial sense. You may go ahead, Mr. Staples.
And so why didn't you charge me with graffiti, sir?
Objection, Your Honor. It's irrelevant. The question, what he's charged with speaks for itself. It's on the court docket. To the extent an officer has the discretion and or the ability to charge some alternative or additional charges, is not an issue of relevance to whether or not Mr. Staples is in violation of the current pending complaint.
Understood. The objection is sustained. That's not a proper question.
So why did this sticker rise to the level of, how did it blow past a simple graffiti charge, which is a violation, and become, what made it rise to the level of criminal mischief? When we already heard that there was no damage. And of course, that is one of the elements of criminal mischief, is purposeful and reckless damage of property, correct? So where was the purposeful and reckless damage?
I'm going to object to that question. That's a legal question for Your Honor to decide whether or not the testimony and the evidence support a conclusion of whether or not, of the elements of the charge.
Okay, I'll rephrase. What made you feel that this was the appropriate charge for all the elements of this offense?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What made you feel that this charge of criminal mischief was the appropriate charge for the elements and facts of the offense?
Your Honor, I'm going to object again. This officer's opinion of it is irrelevant. Your file shows that this court issued a warrant for the charge offense. It's been reviewed by the judicial branch, and this is the pending complaint for which we have to make a determination of whether or not it's been violated.
I mean, Mr. Staples' question, isn't exactly phrased in an artful manner, but he's asking an open-ended question of this officer. Your objection is overruled. The officer may answer to the best of his ability.
Okay, feel free to give the question again, please.
So what made you feel that this was the appropriate charge, given the circumstances of the stickers? What facts do you feel made it come to this criminal mischief?
Place stickers on the window at the police department.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so if somebody does a simple assault, do you ever charge them with first-degree assault or felony assault?
Objection again, Your Honor. That's irrelevant and it's beyond the scope of what we're
Mr.
doing.
Staples, I think we're getting a little far afield into hypotheticals here. Asking a couple of questions about the particular facts of your case, I can understand how it's within the realm of relevance, but asking a bunch of hypotheticals, we're getting a little attenuated here, so I'm going to sustain the state's objection.
So, what was the damage that was caused that made you charge me with criminal mischief?
Damage?
What was the damage?
You placed the stickers on the window of the PD, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And they came off cleanly and did not damage. So where was it? It was on the glass, correct? Was the glass damaged, sir? Was the glass damaged?
The glass was not damaged.
The glass was not damaged. Thank you. And I think that's all the questions that I have.
Okay? Anything to redirect?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, sir, you may step down. Thank you. The
Thank you.
state may call its next witness.
There's no further witnesses, Your Honor. State rests and would like reserve the right for brief argument and closing if necessary.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, sir, the state has rested. Do you wish to present any testimony or evidence on your own behalf?
Can I have a brief moment to think about it?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
Sometimes we would all benefit from that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the exhibits that have already been admitted in evidence.
So yeah, I'd like to say a few things, and if I could bring this up with me.
Okay, sir, come on up. All right, go ahead and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, please go ahead, have a seat. Just make sure to keep your voice up again.
tell me to keep it down in the lobby.
Well, you don't have to shout. I think technically in this courtroom, this does amplify. So as long as everyone can generally hear you and we're picking you up, you can testify. So go ahead, sir.
Sure. So obviously I admitted to putting the stickers on the police station. And why did I put the stickers on the police station? Because I knew that it wasn't going to cause damage putting removable stickers on the glass. You know, when it's cold out and people peel them off too fast, it might leave a little bit of residue, but obviously we see that the officer cleaned it off completely and there was no damage. And criminal mischief requires the element of not having a right to do so. And I assert right here, right now, that under the First Amendment, freedom of expression, I have the right to express my political views. And there's stickers all up and down Elm Street, and no one was ever arrested until the police station said it was inappropriate. Sorry, I get excited, and I do have head trauma, so I get I can't control the volume of my voice when I get excited.
Your voice is being amplified, so
Sorry.
no worries. I can hear you just fine, and I'm sure the state can hear you just fine. So
I get a little amped up.
it's all right. Please go ahead.
So I do have a reasonable basis or belief that I had that right, and I put them on City Hall, and there was no damage there either. And the same prosecutor already dropped those charges. And then after I was arrested for that, I went to the police station intentionally, and I also checked in with my Facebook page, so it's not like I was hiding it. I took pictures and checked in with my personal Facebook profile, saying, "Make my day," because I was thinking you guys were going to make a dumb move and arrest me again for criminal mischief when there was no damage. There was no intent, purpose, or recklessly or otherwise to damage anything. And this officer taking these things off in the course of her duties is not damage. She wasn't called in on overtime, and she didn't follow the policy of the graffiti statute, which is to call DPW and to go and get them and handle it and document it and all that, right? And so this is 100% malicious prosecution and retaliatory arrest for me exercising my First Amendment right against all this COVID tyranny and lockdown. And look at this guy with his mask on. He's the only one besides this woman over here with a mask on, okay? So it shows that he's in the cult. He's part of that whole little gang. And he's coming after me because of the nature of these stickers, not about the stickers themselves.
Pardon me. We're not talking about COVID. We're talking about what happened. Well,
It's part of the whole thing. It's part of the whole thing.
But pardon me, it's not.
It is though.
Hold on. Let me just explain this. I'm not gonna review the YouTube video of whatever happened on Elm Street.
You should like, share, and subscribe.
Hold on. Okay. You know, and again, this is not a platform for you to get.
It's not a platform. This is for me to
Sir,
document
hold on.
the tyranny that's happening in this
Sir,
state.
Hey, you've had an opportunity to talk. I'm just trying to set reasonable expectations for everybody. All right? We're talking about what happened at 1:30 in the morning, more or less, on March 9th. Okay? So we're not talking about COVID or COVID rules or masks or whether or not.
It's bigger than that.
But hold on.
It's
okay?
way bigger than that.
You are talking about the First Amendment, and I'm taking copious notes on what you're talking about. I understand. That's the defense that you're putting forth, and that is relevant to this case.
Thank you.
Okay? But we're not talking about COVID. If you have any further testimony, you are able to go ahead and testify, but let's keep it to the relevant facts, if you please.
I
Go
feel
ahead,
it's
sir.
relevant, but if you don't, it's already on the record, and it is what it is. Like I said, it's malicious prosecution on behalf of this prosecutor. It's like, why did he drop the other charges? You know, because there's no damage. There's nothing. There's no element of criminal mischief in this case. Maybe perhaps graffiti, and then why would he be trying to get me to plea out to a graffiti charge? Okay, why didn't you charge me with that to begin with? Because you're trying to hold a stick over my head and then give me a carrot. Not going to happen.
Pardon me, sir, like the rules of evidence apply. According to the rules of evidence, any discussions that the parties have regarding settlement are not admissible. The court wants to encourage parties to talk openly about settling the case. So whether or not he offered you a different deal or whether you said anything in the context of trying to settle this case before, none of that is admissible. Okay? Do you have any other testimony regarding the facts of this case that you want the court to know, please?
I just want the court to go over the whole graffiti statute. It's section 99 99.01 through 9999. It's actually 99.01, 02, 03, 04, and then 99.99 is the penalty. And I would like
And
the
this
court.
is a city ordinance in Manchester?
This is a city ordinance in Manchester.
So you're asking to have that admitted and have the court take judicial notice of it?
Yes, that it says it shall, if anybody violates any provision of this chapter, it shall be guilty of a violation. Shall be guilty of violation, we know what that means, right? And may be subject to a fine up to $1,000. A separate offense shall be deemed committed for each day during which violation occurs or continues.
Understood, so do you have a copy of it there, and have you given it to the state?
I can give him this copy.
Okay, the court needs a copy too if you want me to take it in. Any objection to me taking in a copy of the city ordinance, sir?
I don't think it's relevant, but I have no objection to the city ordinance and what it states.
Okay.
Who
Sir, is
cares
there
about
anything
Flaw, right?
else?
Just that I did not purposely cause any type of damage, and I was exercising my First Amendment right to free speech. So that's my defense, and that was my even if I was doing that for sake of argument, I believe I still could be charged with graffiti, but they didn't charge me with graffiti. You know, because that's content neutral. Even though the police department said there were inappropriate stickers, who determined that? Right? Who determines the appropriateness of the stickers? That's the question. And that's all.
Okay. Does the state have any cross-examination questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You may step down.
Join the White Rose. Waste of our tax dollars and time.
Is there anything else that you wish to present, sir, in way of testimony or evidence?
None whatsoever.
If the parties will indulge me, do we have anything else on this afternoon?
We have one other case, Melissa Alba.
I have an agreement for that matter.
Yeah, may I?
One
Sure.
second. As long as we're not gonna delay anyone else substantially, I think it's probably prudent for me to just take a 10-minute recess, review the exhibits, review the video, and review the city ordinance. Would the parties like me to do that and then come out and entertain closing arguments?
Sure, that's fine with me.
Attorney Blanchard?
That's fine if you prefer that over making an argument now and taking it under advisement to review later.
I'd like to take a look at all the evidence. I think I can take in the parties' closing arguments and legal theories after that, once I kind of have a handle on what exactly the video shows, if that's okay. All right, and the other case that we have on this afternoon, Attorney Broderick, did you say it was a continuance or something?
It's an agreement, the defendant's pro se.
Yep.
It's an agreement to continue to explore conditional no cross.
Okay, if I can approve that, I can try to get both you and the defendant out of here and back to their normal day.
Your Honor, Ms. Jewell is outside. Do you want me to bring her in here so that you can have a telephone?
Yeah, please, just so I can tell her what's going on and make sure she understands this and agrees to it. Stand by, everyone else. So we're making a quick shift into the State v. Miss Ewell. And I'll just give a moment for her to come in.
I'll stop.
That are just gouging the prices, you know?
Right.
That have to do with
The
prices.
top 1%. I would like to be there though, I will be honest. It would be nice.
Yeah.
Someday, hopefully, some of my investments pan out, maybe. But yeah, so I got these stickers here if anybody wants one.
Thank you.
See if the prosecutor wants. He might want one.
I don't know what John will say, but I will let him say it himself.
Surprise, surprise. I didn't stick it on anything.
You put one of the stickers. It was a present for John. Was that one of the ones you put on the police station?
No,
Oh.
I did the message to the police. Your children and grandchildren are going to have to live in the world that you are policing into existence. Is this really the kind of world you want them to grow up in?
That's the one you just put there now?
No, that one is people in 1940s Germany didn't realize they'd been brainwashed by the media and government either.
Oh, okay.
So it's not threatening or anything.
Yeah.
It's a peaceful sticker movement. I mean, there's only one way to defeat the propaganda, and this does it. This defeats all their billions of dollars of manipulating and buying the media and the commercialism and the censorship. This defeats all that. A simple sticker, right? And that's what they don't like. Has nothing to do with the sticker itself. And these things fall off over time. These are like the cheapest stickers. But you got all these other ones up and down Elm Street that are like permanent. And what do? They paint over those stickers. They paint over all those ones and they pay no mind to it. What's the difference here? The difference here is the content of these stickers. It's not a business, come to this new business sticker or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, are they going to those businesses and charging them for criminal mischief or graffiti? Right? No, of course not. So, I do believe they could, like I said, get me with graffiti, even though it's the First Amendment, because the element of criminal mischief says having no reasonable, belief that they have the right to do so, and I do have the reasonable belief that I have a right to do so under the First Amendment. That's my belief.
Leave it on private property?
It's public property.
No, that was my question. It's private property.
Private property, we don't advocate for that, you know what I mean? But it's like people do it anyways.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. But yeah, these are government buildings too.
Yeah.
So all the more reason why it should be protected.